Hey guys, so what I wanted to try to do today was what I was gonna do this morning before I got off on my tangent, and I want to tell people. I know people wonder why, what's going on with me, what's going on with me right now, what's going on with me lately, the last few months, and so I tried to explain it to my mom yesterday, and the best way I can describe it is this is the way I tried to describe it to her is I'm a Generation Xer, and you look at the numbers, and Generation X started in, they say, 1965. I was born in 1964, but I am in every way Generation X. And she says that she's not a baby boomer. She was born in 42. And I think the baby boomers, somehow she falls outside that range. But somehow I have the mindset of a Generation Xer. I am a Generation Xer, and I'm just early Generation X. I'm like maybe the first one or the first ones of Generation X. And I, I, I think like Generation X. I am Generation X. I'm not a baby boomer in any way. I'm a Generation Xer, even though I don't fit in the numbers of the Generation X. When I was in high school and I was involved in anorexia, it was before anorexia was a thing. It was before anybody talked about anorexia. It was before anybody even said that anorexia was a thing, and I was doing it. It's like I do these things before they are a thing. And so, what I've got going on is like similar to early onset Alzheimer's, except it's not early onset Alzheimer's. I'm very confused. I I get I can't remember what day it is. At least 15 times a day. I can't remember what day it is. I can't remember what year it is, what month it is. I can't remember where I am and what I'm doing. Like when I'm trying to cook, I have to keep reminding myself what I'm doing, and when I open the refrigerator to get something while I'm cooking, and I think, what was it that I was getting, and what am I doing, and why am I even in here, and two most recent examples. The reason that I wanted to do this is day before yesterday, or maybe it was yesterday. See, I can't even remember. I was going to get gas. And the gas station is really close here, and I was going to get gas. And as I was going to get gas, all of a sudden I realized I was on a road that I didn't recognize. I didn't know where I was, and I thought, where am I? And this happens to me a lot. And God tells me not to worry, and Ignacio tells me not to worry. And he's very sweet. Ignacio's very sweet about it. He says, "Just call me when you get confused." And I say, I can't call you as many times as I get confused, because I get confused 15, 20 times a day. And I can't call him all the time. So what I usually do is I take a minute and I try to figure out, what do I know? And if I'm in a parking lot, I look around and I think, what does look familiar? Is there something that looks familiar, and can I figure out from that where I am, or what's the last thing that I do remember? Or, can I wait and see if something comes to me? And I can usually figure it out. If I try to figure out, like the day, it really hurt my feelings about the day. I would ask him, "What day is it? What day is it?" And finally, one day, I guess I had tried his patience enough, and he said to me, "Can't you look at your phone?" And it really hurt my feelings. Anybody that knows me knows how sensitive I am, and it really hurt my feelings that he said, "Can't you look at your phone?" And so I then started. Now I think, when I don't know what day it is, instead of asking somebody, I think, don't ask, look at your phone. And so, because of the fact that I'm able to develop new behaviors, it's not apparently true Alzheimer's, because they cannot develop new skills to work on the old skills that they're losing. And I am able to come up with new methods to work on to combat the old skills that I'm losing, or the things that I can't. I've figured out workarounds, and apparently they're not able to make workarounds. And so, on this particular day with the gas, I remembered that the gas station that I was going to is right next to a McDonald's. So I got my phone and I Googled, I didn't Google, yes, I did. I Googled McDonald's near me, and I saw that I was 3.7 miles from a McDonald's. And so I started following the directions to the McDonald's. But I was already so upset and crying because I didn't know where I was, because I was lost, and because I'm on this road that I don't know, and I was just going to the gas station. I was frustrated, and I had called Ignacio, and I said, I'm lost. I was on my way to the gas station. I don't know where I am, but I've asked the phone to take me to the McDonald's. And so when I get to the McDonald's, the gas station's right next door, and I'll be able to find my way home. And I know sometimes it's upsetting for him for me to be upset. And he goes, just ask Siri to take you home. And I do have it on my phone. I can say, Siri, take me home, and she will tell me how to get home always. And so that happened. And then, see, now I've forgotten what the other one. Oh, today. Today I went and checked my oil. And because the engine light had come on. And when I checked the oil, it said that I needed oil. So I got the oil and opened my engine. And I've put oil in my car hundreds of times. Hundreds of times I've put oil in my car. This time I opened the engine, and I couldn't figure out where to put the oil in. And I looked, and I read the little knobs, the ones that said, windshield wiper fluid and power steering fluid and these other things, but I couldn't find the one that said oil, and I couldn't find one that looked familiar. And so I stepped away for a minute, and I thought, I'll come back to it, because I've done this so many times. And I did that 3 times, and finally I couldn't, and had to call Ignacio at work. And so I FaceTimed him, and he looked at the engine, and he pointed it out to me. And what I've told my mom is that things that I've done before, things that I knew before, I still know how to do them. I still know things that I knew before. It's like I still know how to do things that I knew how to do before. Like I knew how to wash clothes. I still know how to wash clothes. I just can't remember now that I'm washing clothes. I can't remember to get them out of the dryer, because I don't remember that I put them in there. It's not that I don't remember how to do it. I still remember how to fold clothes. I just can't remember that I'm folding clothes. Um, I think that they're going to send me to a neurologist to see, what it could be. And I think that they're going to figure out down the road that there's going to be other people that have this, if they're not already other people that have this. I think maybe it's another one of those things that I'm just one of the beginning of whatever it is that I have. Maybe they haven't got very many people with it because I haven't heard of people that have this, and so maybe it's not that common right now. I'm hoping that it's temporary. I'd like it to be temporary because it's it's a very frustrating thing that I can't seem to work because in my line of work, it's important that things are done timely and 100% right 100% of the time, and it's not that I can't do the things that I know how to do. I just can't remember what I'm doing when I'm doing it. And I can sometimes. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. I just can't determine when I will be and when I won't be. That's frustrating for me. But I think it is again a case of I'm going to be one of the first ones that has this. If you know somebody that is also going through this same sort of thing that I'm going through, it'd be nice if you would tell me because like I said about the commonality, it'd be nice to know what they've done or what's helped them or what they called it, so that maybe I could get some help or some treatment for it. Because it's really frustrating. It's really frustrating, and like I said, it's not that I've forgotten how to do things that I already knew how to do. I still know how to do them. It's just when I'm doing them, all of a sudden I'll forget what I'm doing. I hope that makes sense to somebody. Like I said, I know how to make lasagna. It's just when I'm in the middle of making lasagna, all of a sudden I don't remember that I'm making lasagna. I just forget what I'm doing. I know the months of the year. I just can't remember which one we're in. I know the days of the week. I just don't know which one this is. And I can't remember the years. And what I do is when I think, what day is this? I can usually narrow it down to a few. I can think, you know, it's not the weekend, or it's not Monday. And then I'll think, well, what day was yesterday, and I can work on that, and so everything's like a puzzle to me. Everything is becomes like a puzzle because I have to, when I get confused or start to question, then I have to stop and I have to think, okay, what do we know? And then work from what I know to finally come to where I am and figure out what it is, where I am now. Like I said, look around for what's familiar to figure out where I am. Or like with the gas station, okay, what's next to it? McDonald's. Okay, then ask Siri to get me to the McDonald's so then I can get to the gas station. It makes things a lot more complicated. It makes me a little slower, but it's just like adding a workaround to everything. And it probably could be fun or exciting if I really liked puzzles that much that I could do that. But anyway, that's where I am now. So if you're wondering, that's what's going on with me. So I'll talk to you later. Now you know. Have a good day. Bye.